how do you keep the standard of loving God in such a secular environment with some of the artists that you come in contact with?
When you realize that loving God is the standard, when you realize that really falling in love with Jesus is where it all begins. You're not intimidated by other expressions or representations of a substitute. So it's almost not difficult at all. No, cultures make it hard in terms of, you in VIP and everybody's light skinned and everybody's models, and you got to be there anyway. But the reality is, everybody got a heart, and everybody goes to home alone, and everybody needs an answer. So you begin to look past the superficial and realize that there has to be a message that's neither religious or judgmental or transparent. So it's not difficult when you see the core of who we are.
Any other questions? Yeah?
How you doing, sir? My name's Seven. You're pretty awesome. If you have any advice to give to like upcoming artists about the game or just the industry in general, what would you say?
You will first have to be honest and say the industry as we know it is crumbling. Record sales aren't the way it used to be, and record labels are trying to pimp any and everything that they can. It's important that we find our DNA and sustain our DNA. Not follow trends, but be willing to be unique and different. Because at the end of the day, this person that sounds like this person that sounds like this person that sounds like this person gets nowhere. And the fact that our DNA creatively is like our DNA biologically. And I believe God kind of reminded us of our uniqueness. We just have to not forget it. And so even if it takes 100 people in 100 clubs, to hear you the way you are, I'd rather do that to go to one Grammy award show and hear me the way somebody else thinks good music is.
Thank you for coming, Timbo. I would like to know what has been your biggest disappointment, how you overcame it, and what did you learn from it?
I don't think I really experienced my biggest disappointment. So I've experienced disappointments, but I've realized that sometimes closed doors equals open windows. So I just have to realize that no isn't the end. Sometimes no is protection. Sometimes no is us sitting down long enough to not have to do it twice as long enough to get there. So it's just the way we look at it. It's not easier said than done, but disappointments are perspective. I believe a righteous man's steps are ordered by God, and even if he's walking into a wall, God has that wall there for a reason.
When you talked about the industry crumbling, as we know it, I would like to ask you, as I think to see you as a mentor myself, what do you think? How do you keep your uniqueness and never waver from it, to where, like you always tell me, support the brand and don't ever change from the brand, Soulboxx. Keep it where it's at. What advice would you tell me how to keep it going? And I know to go to God, but just like, for example, I'm trying to get out, like with you never waver from who you are. I mean, what support system do you stand on to make sure that you keep what it is that you're doing and keep it fresh, but keep being you without wavering any, going sideways?
This is my support system. I mean, paying $50 to come in the evening and listen to Leon Timbo, but this is my support system, whether they love what I do or hate what I do. Sometimes support is the opposite of what you think it is. Sometimes support needs to push you into an area that's uncomfortable. By the way, happy birthday, April.
Happy birthday, April.
We love you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. She best loves you. Happy birthday, dear April. Happy
Yeah.
We do sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, life is this. Life are hills and valleys. And oftentimes we want to be on the hill, but the reality is all that the hill offers us is a view of the valley.
That's it. Oh, reach it.
So when we're on the hill, all the hill is there's snow, there are ice caps, if it's developed, there are skiing ranges, whatever, you know. But the reality is the vegetation only happens in the valley. The vegetation only happens on our way back down into the crisis, into the struggle, into the problems, into the turmoils, so that we can go back to the hill and see what we just left and learn from it. So it's not that I haven't wavered, it's just that I've just held on long enough to see another hill. But in the valley, the vegetation, I'm just trying to take the pain, take the hits, take the rough edges, and last long enough to see what I've experienced. I do waver, but I think even my wavering are steps ordered by my daddy.
Come on.
That's why.
Thank you, sir.
Can you explain to us a time that God has opened up a door for you to minister to a set of artists, and what was the results of that?
I'll let you into it a little bit. Most of my friends that are artists or actors or athletes, they can't come in churches because church culture celebrates the celebrity. It doesn't matter really what church. The reality is, even if it's not the pastor, it's the usher that lets them in and sits them on the front row, with the homeless guy stays on the back row. You know, it just doesn't matter, you know. So what we have to do is sometimes we have to go to hotels, houses, and just have what we call love circles. Just have honest moments, transparent moments. I'm in love with Jesus enough to know that if we sit somewhere long enough, even if we don't understand why we're sitting, if we stay there long enough, passionately wanting him to show he never disappoints. And even when I can't explain to a millionaire why he needs to change his life, the moments that God allows us to create and worship are undeniable. So you can name your actor, name your entertainer, name your artist, but the reality is that moment, that experience that you as a son are able to create in word and mostly in atmosphere, they'll never be the same. So I'm no different than you or anybody else. I just happen to understand that worship is life-changing, whether it's with the guitar or whether it's me lying on my face with no music at all.
I just was wondering about the response you got from it. I mean, I'm sure, it's from the Father, but I'm sure when he gave you the song that he gave you an expected response. Has it been what God has told you the response would be?
Yeah, it has. And even when I didn't think the song was hot, you know. As a matter of fact, if you go on YouTube, there's at least over 200,000 views on how the song was created, you know. Myself and Tyrese, we were at a friend's house, and I got the guitar and we started talking about love that's not random and casual, and how God's love is absolute. And so we just kind of freestyled this situation, and so this song came from that moment, and it's literally taken online. And it happens like that all the time. You know, sometimes some football friends of mine that play for the Dallas Cowboys, they don't sing, they rap, and so we just go at it. They just go in and freestyle it, and God shows up. It's just, life is life. I'm not afraid of life. So I'm not afraid of the bar. That's why I keep saying it, because some of y'all are. You know? Drink responsibly and love Jesus. At the end of the day, loving Jesus changes everything no matter what. Put some fire on the altar. I mean, put some water on the altar if you want to, but fire's on shore regardless. Yeah. You're more real than when on my lungs. You're more real than the ground I'm standing on. standing on. Your thoughts define me. You're inside me, God. You are my reality. You're the only real thing. Give me that backbeat kick, John. You're more real than the skin on my bones. You're more real than the song on my tongue. You're more real than the skin on my You're more real than the wind in my lungs. The wind in my lungs. You're more real than the ground I'm standing on. Can you breathe for a moment and say that you're more real? You're more real than the wind in my lungs. The wind in my lungs. Breathe. You're more real than the ground I'm standing on. The ground I'm standing on. And then say, your thoughts define me. Your thoughts define me. You're inside me. You're inside me. You are my reality. Yeah. understand my life. People walk away, they walk away, they walk away. I thought they'd stay. I gotta know that you have a perfect plan for me. They walk away, when they walk away, I gotta know that you have a perfect plan for me. It never caught you by surprise, no. My pain never caught you by surprise, no. Your arms were already there. Your arms, Daddy, your arms. My pain, my tears never caught you by surprise. Ooh, they never caught you by surprise. You were there, you were there. You were there, you were there, you were there. 'Cause you're the greatest, greatest love song. You're the greatest, greatest love song, baby. You're the greatest, greatest love song. And I ain't going nowhere. You're the greatest, greatest love song. You're the greatest, greatest love song. You're the greatest, greatest love song. And I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Just sing over the moment. Just sing over the moment.
I belong to you. Everything about me belongs to you, Lord. Even before we knew who you really were, we belong to you. Daddy, more than a song, Daddy, more than just music, music.